Our Leeds in the middle of a second successive post-Wembley slump. After their record-breaking Wembley triumph, the Rhinos were tipped to trample all before them and claim the League Leaders' Shield and the Super League title. But now it's successive defeats against St Helens here 2 weeks ago, and last weekend against the Todd Carney-inspired Catalan Dragons. But for Brian McDermott, the Leeds coach, it's different this year than 12 months ago. He saw pride in the jersey in France. In 2015, he believes it's a different kettle of fish. Castleford love nothing better than upsetting their big city neighbours, and another win here really would set the alarm bells ringing at Headingley. They scored the best try of the game against St Helens last week, when Ben Roberts scorched over. They might be out of the semi-finals, but Rhinos beware, the Tigers are here to cause an upset. So harsh words have been spoken, some home truths told, as the Leeds Rhinos aim to reverse a run of form that's threatening to derail their treble bid. 2 defeats in a row since their record-breaking win at Wembley. Surely it's not 2014 all over again. No such thing as a dead rubber. When Castleford come to Headingley, they'd like nothing better than to spike the Rhinos' guns. Team news, and for the Rhinos, Callum Watkins returns to the side, having missed the defeat in Perpignan. Meanwhile, no one has scored more tries against Castleford than Danny Maguire, 26 so far. Up front, Jordan Lilly makes his first start for the Rhinos in a move which sees Adam Cuthbertson named in a more customary prop forward role. Carl Ablett celebrating this week. He has been granted a testimonial year in 2016. On the bench, veteran Kyle Luluai drops out of the starting 13, having played in the front row in the defeat in France last Saturday. Castleford have a sprinkling of former Leeds men in their ranks. Ashley Gibson and Luke Gale are 2 of them. And they have their bionic man too. Michael Shenton has shrugged off 2 serious shoulder injuries twice this year. Up front, Andy Lynch was named the Castleford Player of the Year at the club's award ceremony on Monday. He partners Grant Millington in the front row. Millington is the only man to have played every game for the Tigers this year. And the only change to the 17 that lost against St Helens last week comes on the bench. Matt Cook has served his 1-match ban, and he immediately returns to the side in place of Gadwin Springer. So it's a cool but dry early autumnal evening, and Castleford, they are attempting to win successive matches and achieve something they haven't done in 40 years, winning back-to-back away games against the Leeds Rhinos here. It's a repeat this of the 2014 Challenge Cup final. St Helens against Wigan tomorrow live on Sky Sports is a repeat of the grand final. We have the very best of the Super League on show over the next 24 hours. And let no one tell you anything other than this is a vital match for Leeds. They lose tonight, Wigan win tomorrow, and Wigan will take over at the top of the Super 8s. And that's something that no one at the Rhinos would have contemplated just 2 short weeks ago.
No, and that means that the pressure is on the home side. The Leeds Rhinos and their coach Brian McDermott are trying to push away the fact that they fell apart after winning at Wembley last season. They're saying it's a different attitude amongst the group. Well, we'll see tonight, and as Eddie has already mentioned, is that the Tigers would love nothing better than to make sure that the Rhinos do not finish at the top of the table. A lot of people think that the Tigers, they've nothing to play for. That is a load of rubbish. They love coming here, they love upsetting what they call the glory boys, the hard-working Tigers. They will give them some stick tonight.
Well, the semi-finalists are known, of course, but the finishing places still have to be decided. Leeds top the pile after 23 weekly rounds. They are still there with 2 of the Super 8s to go. But it's not the expected procession to the League Leaders' Shield anymore. After 7 straight wins, including their Wembley triumph, they've now lost 2 in a row, St Helens here and in Perpignan against the Catalan Dragons last week. And Luke Dawn making his first appearance on this ground since he tangled with Kevin Sinfield last season, and Kevin Sinfield picked up his first ever red card in the Super League. Could be interesting indeed.
Very interesting, Eddie. Can't wait for it. This is a do-or-die effort, and the Rhinos know it. And you look at both benches, and you look at these sides. This is going to be rough and tough in the forwards. Right down the middle, It's not going to be any win for fancy football early.
Luke Dawn, the Castleford fullback, took the first tackle of the match. And Milner gets the ball away from dummy half. Good carry by Scott Wheeldon. This is Grant Millington now for the Castleford Tigers, getting to within the 40-metre mark away from his own line. Milner then to Lynch, the Player of the Year, the Players' Player of the Year at the Castleford Tigers in 2015.
And that's not surprising. He's in top form, Lynch. The kick from Roberts, it's long and deep, but it's right down the throat of Hall.
One of the biggest differences between Leeds up to Wembley and Leeds after Wembley have been the runs and meters made by the two wingers and the fullback. You know what? Maybe they've run out of energy. Maybe they've just slumped in the last two games. But I guess tonight, if Castleford are going to beat Leeds again, containing Hardaker, Briscoe and Hall is the #1 goal and the #1 aim in helping them to do so.
Callum Watkins gets to within 10 metres of the halfway line for Leeds on the fourth tackle. Castleford know they have to be a bit more clinical in defence tonight against this rampant Rhinos back division, and here comes Ryan Hall. He was missed by Ashley Gibson. He was finished off by Mike McMeekin. We've reached the last tackle now for Leeds, and Maguire will hoist a high kick, and it's a beauty too. But he comes off his own line, does the Castleford fullback Luke Dawn, claims it perfectly. And what's more, Castleford have a penalty because Leeds were all offside at the kick.
Yeah, about 4 or 5. Good refereeing by James Child. But it was a difficult kick to take, but Luke Dawn looked very, very confident. There you see it, Ablett especially, right in front of the kicker. He tried to get out of the way. He knew perhaps if he'd make contact, it's a big pressure night for Brian McDermott. He knows they have to perform tonight, Leeds.
Milner, the dummy half, just inside his own half for Castleford. Roberts gets the ball into the centre of the field to Andy Lynch, and he gets exactly to the halfway mark. Stand and play the ball to Milner once again. He'll go left and find Millington. Millington looks for the runners. The runner was there, and it is the number 19, Scott Wheeldon. On his way back to Hull in 2016. Gale's pass wide finds Oliver Holmes.
Good play as well there by Danny Maguire. He works out on that right-hand side in defence. A lot of teams say that he's a little bit vulnerable, but that was a great tackle.
It's the last here have Castleford. Dawn is waiting, goes the left-hand side to Gale. That's charged down by Callum Watkins. This ricochets out of the field of play. And I think this, Stuart, should be head and field to the Tigers.
It is Castleford head and feed. The ball was played at. It's almost like a charge down. He's running towards the ball, making him play at it. But they get the head and feed at the scrum.
Yes, there it is. Watkins might have turned his back, but it came off his shoulder. He was making progress towards the ball, as Stuart says. And that's why Castleford get the scrum feed just inside the Leeds half of the field.
Yeah, and it's classified as making an attempt at the ball. Officials have got it absolutely spot on.
Roberts now for the Tigers.
They've been a little bit lax of Leeds in their defensive line. They're a little bit confused over the last couple of weeks. Normally they go in a straight line, but now it looks as though they're utilising the one-on-man, keep straight. Look at it, right across that line.
Gale, though, looking to find an opening, gives it to Luke Dawn. Dawn then releases the pass to Michael Shenton. Shenton slips on this super Headingley pitch. Gale to Lynch. Lynch then into the chest of Delaney. Delaney was the immovable object. Down he went. Milner finds Gale again. There's a spring in the Tigers' step. That's a beautiful ball. Here is Millington. Millington gets it away to Gale, and Gale, who created the try, scores the try. What a start for Castleford. What a start for them. Oh, there's a bit of an argy-bargy. Peacock's involved with something.
Well, I think the Tigers players felt that Jamie Peacock came sliding in with his knees after the try had been scored. They took great offence to that. We'll get another look, I'm sure, several times here now. Maybe the referee might even have an interpretation on this.
Well, it might, and it could even be that the video referee could give him the information that could result in an 8-point try. The foul against the try scorer, particularly going in with his knees.
Well, it's a tremendous break, wasn't it, by Millington?
He's just asked the question, is there a possibility of an 8-point try? James Child, he's got a try on the field, which we all know has been given. He wants to check now those knees that Stewart and Phil spotted by Jamie Peacock. Here we go, Stewart, what do you think?
Well, there's no problem with the try at all, but it's the way he's going in with the knees. Ever since the World Cup in 2013, it was highlighted Billy Slater would come in and tackle in this sort of way. That's a dangerous act, and I think that should be an 8-point try.
This is at normal speed now.
Well, you would say there's no need for him to drop down with his knees at that point.
But he does go over the top. I can see where you're coming from in regards that he's made an attempt to perhaps land the knees on Luke Gale. Either way, it's definitely 4 points. We know that for sure.
So the try is given. And Stewart, if it's going to be an 8-point try, how would he signal? Will he let this conversion be taken and then go and stand under the sticks?
Well, no, it doesn't look like he's going to, because the touch judge would have to take a position 10 metres out from under the post, and he's not doing that, so it looks like it's just a normal try.
I thought it actually looks like JP actually gives up on the play. Because he's going down, he can't make the tackle. He gives up, he goes to ground. It's not going in, he's not going in to injure the player.
I don't think he makes heavy contact. To me, his knee goes over the top of Gale's legs, and that's maybe just saved him.
Well, they haven't given the opportunity of an 8-point try. This will only be 6 if Luke Gale adds the extras here. So they've deemed there was nothing wrong with it in the end. And Gale has added the extras. The Tigers lead by 6 points to 0. Controversial start, though, in many ways.
I think it comes from the play the ball from Andy Lynch. He pulls in 3 players, and the man who got runner-up to Andy Lynch in the award ceremony at Castleford, Grant Millington. Just look at the line that he hits here. He cuts a brilliant line. He gets rid of Zach Hardaker. That's quality play from 2 good players. If you can count Luke Gale in that as well. Excellent play from the Tigers.
And from the kick-off, Oliver Holmes has it and is trying to run the ball back up the other end of the field. Milner is waiting, and it's a good start for the Castleford Tigers.
Brilliant start, Eddie, in regard to the fact that Luke Gale there, he was the man that sent Millington through and then backed up on the outside of him. Exceptional stuff.
Yeah, Darryl Powell's men looking for a second successive win on this ground. Here's another penalty going the way of the Tigers here. They have not won 2 Headingley games in the same season since 1976-77, and in 1976-77 that's the only time it has happened since World War II. Are we seeing some history unfolding before us here again tonight? And what a body blow it would be to the Leeds Rhinos if they do lose this. Long way to go yet, though. Long way to go yet.
Yeah, well, they'll be a little bit unnerved about the fact that the Castleford forwards especially took a dislike to the way that Peacock came in there. Leeds has got to settle down. They can't just be trying to square things, show how tough they are. They've got to get back down to basics, and that basic is making sure that they tackle well.
Well, that was a good tackle on Roberts by Joel Moon. Here now is Junior Moores. He spreads the ball wide to Millington, then further wide it goes to Luke Gale. Gale then finds Dawn. Here is Shenton trying to go on the outside of Danny Maguire. He manages to stay the right side of the whitewash, plays the ball to Solomona. Gale will give it to Lynch. Lynch will drive it in again, will drive Kevin Sinfield back towards his own line. We've reached the 5th tackle, 10 metres away. Now then, it's Roberts. Oh, he's shaped to go right, has come left with Gale. Gale comes wide to Shenton, over the top, Solomona! Solomona's in for Castleford. Great try for the Tigers. Dream start for Darryl Powell. Leeds shocked.
Well, we said they had to tighten up on their defence. And again, it's Luke Gale right at the heart of this try. It looked as though they were going to go on the right-hand side. Leeds had packed up on their left. But watch the swift. I thought they were pretty lucky here. It looked to me as though Milner lost it. Either way, Delaney was penalised. Look at the switch. And there he is again, Gale. It's a beautiful little offload out wide. Solomona. I mentioned the fact that they had to get man-on-man marking Leeds, and they've just lost control. They've been forcing and tempting to get Maguire under a lot of pressure, and they've done that. Watch Maguire get into it, and then watch for the winger, Tom Briscoe. He had to go in and left an opening for this fella. The Tigers are running rampant.
Well, everyone's talking about 2014 and the fact that Leeds didn't win another match after Wembley. You have to go a little bit further back to June of this year. Castleford started the game at Headingley here in exactly the same fashion. They were 18-0 up then. Leeds fought their way back into the game. They still lost it. 10-0 here, kick to come from Gale for a 12-0 lead inside the opening 10 minutes. Who would have predicted this? Big kick then for Luke Gale. 7 from 7 against Saints last week. 5 from 5 here in that win in June. On top of his game in 2015. And can Gale add the extras and extend the lead to 12 points? Yes, he can. Leeds Rhinos 0, Castleford Tigers 12.
Well, there aren't many, if at all, any teams in Super League who can outplay Leeds for attacking rugby. The Tigers have shown us in the opening part of this game they're well capable of doing so tonight. The passing, the accuracy, the timing of the play, and I think Luke Gale's been instrumental in the 2 tries. We saw what he did to help set up the first one, but when he received that ball on a swing-back switch play, he accelerated, didn't he? And the defenders couldn't cope with it. You know, Leeds had already conceded 13 tries in the last 2 games before we got here tonight. Boy, their defence looks so brittle.
So it's Andy Lynch who goes down, and then we'll play the ball to Milner.
And the Tigers
start they wanted.
Yeah, the Tigers are playing with a lot of confidence, and they're playing it at top speed as well. Well, I thought it would be smash bang down the middle game, but it's not. They really have just pulled out all the stops of the Tigers. Superb play.
Eddie, and this is the other part of the game where they need to be very good. Kicking on the 3rd play, they have the field position. You can't give a penalty away like that. They get to the kick, they get off the line, they're trying to intimidate, trying to put pressure on the Rhinos, and all that hard work has just gone by the wayside now.
Yeah, Luke Gale and Michael Shenton, they got out of the blocks a little bit too early. And this is where Leeds have to start controlling things now. They haven't had many opportunities.
Jordan Lilly gives the ball to Jamie Peacock. Peacock ploughs the grass underneath his feet and gets to within 21 metres or so of the Tigers line. This is as close as they've been in the opening moments here. Maguire gives a short ball to Ablett, and down he goes with the attention of 3. That's 3 tackles gone. They're 10 metres away from the line. Lilly again to Maguire. Maguire going on his own. 26 tries against Castleford for Danny Maguire in his playing career, looking for number 27 here as Cuthbertson takes the ball forward, looks to get the offload away. Castleford wrap him up. They've reached the 5th tackle. This is the last then for the Rhinos. Lilly looking both ways, goes right, finds Sinfield. Sinfield kicks to the in-goal area, over the top of Ashley Gibson. Pinpoint kick from Sinfield, plucked out of the air by Ryan Hall, and Hall responds for the Leeds Rhinos. He didn't score at Wembley. There were 9 tries that day, but he's now got tries in all of the Super 8s so far. Ryan Hall for Leeds.
Super stuff. Once again, we see this man just get them out of a big hole. Kevin Sinfield looked as though he was going to pass it to the right, and then turned and put. But what about the take here? There were 2 men there. Gibson couldn't get to him. And Ryan Hall, who I have to say has suffered over the past few weeks, has not been hit in top form, but if anything can bring confidence back and the juice is running through the body, it's when you take a kick like that. Sinfield was unbelievable pinpoint, and this man, what a wonderful kick. Outstanding.
Yes, it was accurate to the nth degree. And Kevin Sinfield now, from in the shadow of the south stand, will try and land the ball between the H's, and will get Leeds back to within 6 points. .99 goals so far, this for the 100th for the season. Top of the goal charts. And And it is a century of successful kicks for Kevin Sinfield. 100 up for him. He first topped the goal-kicking charts 11 years ago in 2004. How about that, though, for accuracy?
Eddie, he's that calming influence, isn't he, Kevin Sinfield? First of all, it was a world-class kick, and it was a world-class take as well from that man, Ryan Hall. And it was difficult as well. His arms were above his head, he was backing off, he was under pressure from two Castleford players. So a good try, and that's exactly what Leeds can do to you. You give away a penalty, you gift them field position, they can score a try.
And the amazing thing is that was only the second time that the home side had actually been in the attacking red zone of the Tigers. You've got to take your opportunities, especially with important matches like this.
Callum Watkins now down that right-hand side. Briscoe was outside him, couldn't smuggle the ball to him. They got the tackle in Castleford. Here comes Delaney for the Rhinos. Gordon Lilly waits again, gives it to Cuthbertson, who drives the ball up the middle. Great run once again from big Adam Cuthbertson. He's turned round by Oliver Holmes as well, just delays the play the ball slightly. Here now is Maguire. He's seen a hole, he's gone through it. He's past Junior Moores. He has a great kick wide to Ryan Hall. Oh, McMeekin has dropped it, and Joel Moon will touch down.
Tremendous play. He's going upstairs in James Giles. He just wants to make sure. But I think it's okay. They looked as though it was offside.
No try they've got on the field for a knock-on. Wow.
Well, I don't know whether that's come.
Well, it came from the sideline, Stuart, didn't it?
Yes, it came from the sideline. It looked like it had gone backwards from up here, but we'll see. It's from the kick, so all the players are on side, all entitled to chase the ball. And what happens from this point? Does the ball go forwards or does it go back? Well, that's off Castleford so far. There's no knock-on by a Leeds player.
It's McMeekin that's lost it.
Clear.
That's a try.
Yeah, but did Joe Moon lose the ball and it made contact with Michael McMeekin? Is that the only possible knock-on that could occur?
Well, that's the only thing that could occur from what we've seen. But on the footage I've seen so far, it looks like Joel Moon has had a fairly easy pick-up, a clean pick-up. Certainly no contact from Ryan Hall there.
I agree with you. I don't think he's made any. He's about 6 inches
after this,
above.
Mike, after this, it's the incident after this that there's a question mark over. When Joe Moon hits the ball here now and it spins around, does he release it momentarily and make any contact with McMeekin at that point there?
I don't think so.
It looks like he's got possession all the way. He's got his hand on the ball. The grounding is fine. I think this will be overturned.
This should be TRY every day of the week.
Should be. On-field, no try. Video referee says try. Joel Moon with the try, number 12 of the season. Try against the Catalan Dragons last Saturday was his 50th in the British game. And Leeds from 12-0 down could be level pegging in a moment.
This is brilliant. This is the old-time Danny Maguire. He knew he didn't have the legs to maybe just sprint away. McMeekin made a right mess of it. And Joe Moon. Oh, this is the golden days. Danny Maguire skirting his way through. What about the kick? Sensational.
2 tries in 2 minutes. And Kevin Sinfield from 10 metres in should add the extras and does. 12 apiece at Headingley. 2 tries apiece in the opening quarter of an hour. We're in for a points fest.
Eddie, they've got so many kicking options. Kevin Sinfield was so under pressure, so he passes it on to Danny Maguire, who plays what's in front of him, spots a gap, goes through, perfect kick. Well, let's credit Adam Cuthbertson as well, because he come up with a brilliant carry, which sucked in the players, which then created space for that man Danny Maguire to spot.
We had a point a minute in the game that Castleford played last week, Eddie, and the way this has started, we may even go above that. Here's the run by Adam Cuthbertson, who charges forward and to the delight of the south stand. That helps to set up the play, but it's gone end to end, and every opportunity has been converted into a try so far.
And Ablett here now trying to get the ball away from his end of the field. Jordan Lilly waits. He's just 19 years of age, is Jordan Lilly. This is his first starting appearance for Leeds. His previous appearances have come off the substitutes bench. And Sinfield.
And he's doing a good job, Eddie's young Lilly. He knows the responsibility. Just make sure it's a good pass, very quick from the play of the ball.
This is out
on
of
the full.
It is from Zach Hardacre. It looks as though it's sailing out. To be fair, it was about half a metre in the end.
I think a bit of the wind got to it in the end, but that's a real mistake. The full-back, far too powerful.
Well, we've more often seen Danny Maguire, Kevin Sinfield making the kicks this year. Sometimes Rob Burrow when he's played. It's rare to see Zach Hardacre given the ball in that situation. That won't be his best kick of the season. Gives Castleford a chance here. The big test is now about Leeds' defence. Both these teams can attack and score tries. Which are the best defensive side?
Well, you'd have to say that Castleford will be ahead in that department. Both those tries coming from a kick in the end for Leeds.
This is Junior Moores. He thought about releasing the pass, held on to it as he went down under the tackle from Jordan Lilly and company. Roberts to Millington.
Leeds defence have got to watch for the switch. The Tigers have done it already 3 times, been successful twice.
Roberts down this right-hand side, gets the ball away. Play on, says the referee. The ball went backwards. So Cuthbertson tidies up for Leeds on his own line. Came off a Leeds man and went backwards. The Leeds defence there standing firm. Head-high shot now by Castleford. That relieves all the pressure.
Yeah, just losing control. That really was never on. You could see there that the hooker Jordan Lilly got the body in between it, and Milner with a swinging right arm. That's not what you want to do for your coach. You can tell that by the expression on Darryl Farrell's face.
Well, Leeds have conceded 13 tries, 78 points in the last 2 games. It's a worrying sense of deja vu for their fans coming into this ground tonight, that perhaps 2014 was going to reappear in 2015, but the way they responded to the 12-0 scoreline that they suffered in the opening 10 minutes or so of this game, it proves that the players have got other ideas as Cuthbertson takes the ball forward once again. Plays it then to Lilly. Here is Sinfield. Now Ablett. And Ablett spinning. Can't get the ball away. Is brought to ground. Millington was there. Roberts was there as well.
Yeah, Millington did not get back out of the play of a ball area. He thinks he can get away with just dragging the leg away. And as soon as he did the ball, it was always going to be a penalty. Now then, the 2 tries for Leeds came from the kick from Sinfield, the old boys, and then the Danny Maguire break and kick. Another old boy. Can they add another one?
Lilly finds Maguire. Maguire then to Sinfield. Sinfield gives it to Hardacre. Leeds are in front. He's not giving this one now.
We've got a try. Just looking at a possible obstruction.
There's a possible obstruction now that he wants to have a look at.
Well, there was a dummy runner coming through before Hardacre received it.
Surely James Child is close enough to this to make his own choice, Stuart. Sure.
Well, you would think so. He's got a good view of it. He's given the try on the field. I can't see anything.
Is it not the next player? The ball goes behind the next man. There is a question mark because Stevie Ward runs at an angle and he gets in front of Shenton at that point. That's very close to obstruction, Eddie, if it isn't.
Well, he does block Shenton moving across, doesn't he? He does momentarily block him from moving into position, and that could have been the difference.
And remember what happened last week when Ben Roberts was put on his backside.
Can't make the tackle at that point, so that's obstruction.
Well, that's certainly a block that prevents him getting to Zach Hardacre the way he wanted to.
Well, Stevie Ward does not stop, so therefore he's making contact with Shenton. He tries his damnedest, but it's got to be chalked off, I'm afraid.
And you know, Shenton's doing everything right. He's trying to push off Stevie Ward as well, isn't he?
Well, you can also say that Shenton's made contact himself. He moves towards it. But the referee's in a good position there. Perhaps we should just go off the referee's call on the field.
Well, they've gone to the video referee, and Zach Hardacre has had his 11th try of the season. His 99th career try would have been. It's been chalked off.
Well, that's great relief for the Tigers, because they were looking a little bit fragile in defence. You can see clearly on that left-hand side, Shenton was taken out by the second rower, Stevie Ward. And boy, this is great relief.
I think the last few words of Stuart's comments, though, about that no try decision is the right way we should be looking at this, don't you? They should be looking at that sort of thing on the field. If there's any doubt in their mind, call it.
Well, so you're saying you don't bother with a video ref, Eddie?
No, I say bother with the video ref, but not necessarily all the time for obstruction.
I think that's the most difficult decision the referee's got to have to make when there's that many bodies running his way.
Well, things are getting a little bit warm out there. Joel Moon has completely lost the plot. And they are really giving it to each other. They've got to be very careful here. Leeds can't afford to give away a silly penalty for a high shot.
This is Oliver Holmes again. Callum Watkins watched him all the way, and with help from 2-3 more, Holmes goes down on the second tackle after Castleford had the count wiped clear because there was a hand in previously. This now is Milner down the left-hand side. Peacock's after him. Peacock gets him. Luke Gale. Luke Gale to Wilden. Here's Roberts. Now Dawn.
Well, the South Stand fans, they thought that was a bit of an obstruction there. You'll get that from them all night.
Long kick wide from Gale, looking for Solomona. Finding Solomona. Oh! He thought he was closer than he was.
Yeah, got it on the whitewash, but I'm afraid it was the touchline. It was a great take in the end.
Okay, yeah.
Great leap. Just got the wrong whitewash.
Just slightly lost his bearings with that.
Eddie, you look at some of the Cas players and who's standing up for them this evening, 21 minutes into the game. I think Andy Lynch is taking the battle to the Leeds forwards, but been very impressed with Luke Gale and Ben Roberts. They're going at Leeds' defensive line, they're stopping him from sliding, and they're turning the ball back inside. They don't know what they're doing, and they're terrorising some of those big Leeds forwards.
Well, the pursuit for form and the pursuit of the League Leaders' Shield continues tomorrow night. Sky Sports 1 at 7:30. It's St Helens against Wigan. A massive local derby with everything riding on it for the champions and for Wigan. It's a repeat of last year's grand final, of course. And then a big match in the qualifiers on Saturday. Lee against Bradford. Lee, you simply have to win. Bradford, they win, and they are just about in the £1 million match at least.
Beautiful kick by Kevin Sinfield. You talk about a top-class captain. He knows it's been a bit rugged, it's been a bit, shall we say, hot-tempered. Let's just calm things down. Let's put them into a position where they are under pressure. He's been around a while, and they don't nickname him Sir Kevin for nothing. And Brian McDermott will be happy with that selection. Kick into the corner.
Scrum half, guys. Time off.
So he's quite cool about the lack of results after Wembley 2015.
Okay, sorry, fellas.
Thinks it's a different situation than they had last year. Saw a lot of pride in the Leeds Rhinos jersey in the defeat in Perpignan, where they were, unfortunately for them, dropping the ball, having to make a lot of tackles, and in 30 degrees of heat.
Eddie, I think it was a lot different last year. There was a lot of emotion that went into last year's Challenge Cup final because a lot of players hadn't won that, who played for this Leeds Rhino side, who'd won 6 grand finals, but they hadn't lifted the Challenge Cup, so they got their mission accomplished, and then they fell apart. It's different though, this, and I think Leeds Rhinos will not be like that. That's
a great pass away by Roberts. Here is Luke Gale. He has Grant Millington with him. He's still going as Gale, but Zach Hardaker gets to him on the second occasion. Quick play the ball is what they want. They found it. It's Roberts again. Now Shenton. Shenton coming back inside. The Leeds defence muscling up though. Paul McShane, once of Leeds Rhinos, on the field off the bench, finds Gale. Started his career at Leeds in his younger days.
Well, Luke Gale made a beautiful break. Maybe he should have passed to Millington.
Matt Cook is also on the field now as well. Here is Roberts. This is Junior Moores. Junior Moores, oh, he got the ball away. Ashley Gibson couldn't take it in.
It's always worth a chance, isn't it? When you're level on the scoreboard in a good position. The one-handed, but this offload there. Beautiful stuff by Luke Gale. As I say, may have made just a wrong option. Good job that Zach Hardaker got to him. But I've been impressed with his Castleford defence so far. I can't say the same about the Rhinos. Castleford making quite a few breaks, especially down the middle.
Lilly to Peacock to Maguire. Here comes Mitch Garbutt. Don't forget you can talk to Steve-O on Twitter at half-time at AskSkySport, at AskSkyRL. That's the hashtag, and at SkySportsRL. Phil will be there at full-time. He'll be hanging around until you've finished talking to him. Or go up to midnight if you wish, you'll be happy with that.
It's available on mobile, isn't it? That so you can be travelling and answer as well.
Well, I wouldn't like to see you texting on the Twitter.
No. I'd be the
I'd
passenger.
like to see you doing that. You'd have to have someone alongside you answering the questions for you.
Otherwise, that's irresponsible, that, Phil.
Move! Oh, fellas. Just wait.
And that comment from the most responsible man on the Sky Sports team.
Well, no drinking driving, no twittering driving either.
Wait.
Correct.
Wait.
No, in all seriousness, he won't be doing that. Ash Gibson.
Move, come on, under 10, Mitch.
Well, it's been an amazing opening stanza, hasn't it? I mean,
Oh,
it's
great run
outstanding.
from Dawn. Important tackle from Ablett.
Was it ever? He's got that ability. A little bit slow to get there into the dummy half position.
Roberts is playing well. Quick play the ball again. That's McShane. McShane into Luke Gale. Gale drops the kick on to the in-goal area.
That's a dropout underneath the stick.
It is.
Sinfield took that out.
Time off.
Well, the combination.
Comes off the Leeds leg.
Roberts and Luke Gale tonight. Outstanding.
Now,
Gale with a pressure kick.
Is that an air shot by Leeds, or does it actually come off one of their legs?
It comes
Oh,
off.
it comes off Sinfield, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the touch.
No doubt about the dropout. Good position there by James Giles.
Video ref having a quick check for him. Decision stands, goal line dropout.
I think Leeds are in all sorts of trouble in this
good
game.
mate, yeah.
25, 26 minutes gone.
Yeah, no
The
problem.
ease with which Castleford, who are working hard and are a good attack inside, are breaking through the Leeds Rhinos' defence. It's got to be alarming concern for everybody here now. Straight in with the alongside running the Rhino.
Hold.
Ryan Boyle with the first drive in. McShane, here comes Lynch.
Stevie Ward picked up an injury there in that last tackle. Looks as though the left forearm.
This is Roberts. Back it comes to Luke Dawn. Oh, and he's going nowhere. Can't get past Joel Moon. Vigorous challenge from the lead centre. Gibson. Roberts. Lynch and Gale. Gale just with a little drop of the shoulder. Gets the ball away somehow to Andy Lynch. Lynch gets it away to Roberts. They're keeping this going. The Castleford Tigers. It's a free play. They've made ground. They've gone beyond the incident, so it's a 0 tackle now.
Oh, there's big problems there for Stevie Ward, I'm afraid.
Big problems for Brett Delaney as well. Gordon Lilly is wrestled to the ground by Ryan Boyle.
Wait, for Milton, go.
Maguire, Garbutt.
Well, Delaney's had problems with that left arm as well. That was silly. Just lack of concentration there. Picked the big fella up, Garbutt.
Dangerous challenge here.
Well, McShane didn't have to go underneath like that. That was silly play, right in from the official. Will they take the 2? Wouldn't surprise me, no. It looks like Sinfield says they'll go into the corner.
That's a big let-off. Some of the Leeds forwards look as though they're really struggling. They absolutely needed that. Yeah.
Little lift of the ankles there by Matt Cook that made that look perhaps worse than it was. Anyway, Leeds won't be arguing because here they are again, camped on the Castleford Tigers line. 5 metres away on the first tackle. Lilly finds Maguire. Maguire to Sinfield. Sinfield then to Hardacre, denied by the video referee a few minutes ago. Goes down on tackle number 2. Lilly again, weighing up the options left, comes into centre field, finds Sinfield. Here's Maguire. Maguire cut out ball to Joel Moon. And Moon got the ball away to Hall. It was touched by Castleford, back to 0. And
He'll come back. It was a free play. Well, lucky they got away with that in the end, but it was certainly touched. You can see there, I think you'd have to say it was Junior Moores that got the hand to it. So it was worth an offload. Yeah, Junior Moores got the left arm. Well, this is frenetic, isn't it? It has been one heck of a start to this game. First we get the Tigers leading 12-0, and then Hall and Moon bring it all square.
And here now are the Leeds Rhinos looking to take the lead for the first time with Callum Watkins.
We haven't seen Hardacre link into the three-quarter line as yet.
Garbutt, he's a big man, big human being, and that means there are 4 or 5 Castleford jerseys around him. Lilly waits. Lilly gives it to Delaney, who will drive it in. And Delaney is over the line. They will take him back to the 10-metre mark, and the tackle count will continue.
Nice little move by the hooker, Jordan Lilly. Just came around, he came on that loop. Hasn't done many runs from dummy half, but if he gets close to the line...
Sel Maguire over the top to Ryan Hall. Won't stop him. It was a no contest between Gibson and Hall. They won't stop Hall. And that's his second try for Ryan Hall. As I say, he was overshadowed somewhat at Wembley by the man on the other side, Tom Briscoe, and his 5 tries. But in these Super 8s, Ryan Hall has come alive.
Quick hands, Sinfield Maguire, the combination, misses out the centre. He's a powerhouse. Look how crafty they miss out. Joel Moon over the top. Hesitation from Ashley Gibson was sufficient for the huge man. And let's take it. Look at that body there, the physique, the strength from Ryan Hall, number 2. Boy, did they need that. Remember, Hardacre try turned down. There was no doubt in anybody's mind that this big fella was going to get over. But what a combination yet again from Sinfield and Maguire. The cutout pass that just left Joel Moon in there. It just dragged in Ashley Gibson enough for the big fella to get into the corner.
So Sinfield now to try and make it 3 goals from 3 attempts. Leeds have got the lead for the first time. This to make it a 6-point advantage. Sinfield trying to drag it over the bar, but he fails on that occasion. So 16 points to 12 it is. We've had half an hour here at Headingley, and just a personal note I'd like to pass on now on behalf of all the Sky Sports Rugby League team, because one of our number, a very dear friend of ours and an excellent colleague as well, Martin Carroll, our vision mixer, he is absent tonight because his father passed away this morning. He's had a dreadful day, obviously. Martin, our thoughts are with you, and deepest condolences. Martin, of course, his dad turned 90 just recently. Steve O'Mee and 1 or 2 others of the Sky Sports team. We gave a video message to him. So sad that he's passed away so soon after his 90th birthday. And as I say, Martin Carroll and all the family, our thoughts are with you tonight. Here now are Leeds looking for more, as Ablett takes them on down the left-hand side.
It's amazing, isn't it? The opening 15 minutes, Castleford's defence pretty solid, coming up as a unit. Now they're going into that sliding technique. That means it's allowing Leeds to make progress very easy indeed.
Lilly just drops the ball onto the boot. That's
little
a
kick.
Nice kick. Dawn with all sorts of work to do, but he does it. He does it with aplomb, does Dawn. Look at this run. Eventually they get him down. Fantastic run from Luke Dawn.
Castleford's biggest problem in this game has been the referee's whistle. Whenever they've conceded a penalty, 3 of them have led on to the tries. If they can avoid that, which I think they did in that last defensive set, they allowed Leeds to get up and play the ball. They were hell-bent on not conceding another penalty, and in doing so, I suppose it helped Leeds make more ground than they have done so far. But again, if they play without allowing Leeds too much time in their own half, they've got a great chance of winning this match.
Well, the referee's whistle is now their friend, Phil, because that's a penalty for the Tigers.
And they've been told, and you can see quite clearly, Maguire's not letting go. And the experience is certainly shown in the attacking. He really has taken control in that with his half-back partner, Kevin Sinfield. But sometimes you just lose control. That was a silly penalty to give away. And when you say that Luke Dawn and Luke Gale, boy, they're in top form. They're creating all sorts of problems for this Leeds defence.
Wait.
McShane waits. It's now with Roberts again. He finds Junior Moores. Peacock waited for him, sprung the trap. McShane again underneath the shadow of those Leeds stick. Andy Lynch! Ooh, he nearly stretched out and plonked that ball over the line. This is McShane. McShane then gives it to Gale, over the top from Gale, straight into the arms of Briscoe. This could be difficult. This could be problematic. This could be Luke Dawn to the rescue.
Boy, and it was needed as well, but quick play the ball. Castleford are all over the place. That was a big hit. That slowed things down. That was wonderful from McShane. Boy, did he need to get that in. There's a punch up in the background. They're into it.
Well, Maguire went for McShane because he wasn't impressed with the challenge on him. The referee stopped play. Is there a hint that this was a shoulder on Maguire, and is that why Danny Maguire is so incensed?
I think that's what started it off. I think it was the shot there from Luke Gale, but there was nothing wrong with that.
That wasn't the shoulder charge. That's
nothing wrong with that.
Penalty to Castleford then. It's a penalty to Castleford.
It's when Danny Maguire goes forward at the play of the ball.
Yeah.
He gets put down, yeah.
Okay, so this is a penalty to Castleford. You can't chase after the man.
It is.
Well, there is a swinging arm from McShane.
Yeah, but it's not given by the referee, so we can't go back now to a video referee decision here now, because we're looking at every tackle if a player chases after them. Nothing's been given there.
I'm only making the point, Phil,
is McShane whispering something in his ear? Or
he's had a swing at him.
Well, to be fair, he can whisper whatever he wants in his ear. He gets up at the marker, he stands back, Danny Maguire goes forward.
Well, as far as we're concerned, we've not seen that. Okay.
The referee said,
what you want is a quick
Danny
play of the
Maguire
ball. You're fighting to get a quick play of the ball. You're going to let me control the ruck.
He's got his hand around my neck. How am I going to get
you can't take the law into your own hands. The penalty goes against
in a good position.
Penalty goes against Leeds.
He's lost the plot though.
And Maguire said he's choking me. That's why he got upset.
Pushing out after the play of the ball.
Well, there was a grapple in there, and McShane was very tight in.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with that tackle. And then I'm not so sure that there's a grapple in there. He's just trying to take control of that tackle. Pin him down to the ground, keep his head in. That's what you practice on the training pitch.
Well, maybe you do, but you can't strangle somebody.
That's not a grapple. That is not a grapple.
There was no. I'm with you, Tez, on this one. I really thought there was nothing in that, other than the fact that Danny Maguire, for all his experience, just lost control, lost the plot.
Well, Castleford get the penalty, and look where they are at the end of the second tackle. They're deep in Leeds territory. McShane. Here is Matt Cook again.
Look for Dawn. He'll be looking for the other Luke. That's Luke Gale.
Found Lynch, and then they found Gale. And here is Ollie Holmes. It's away from Stevie Ward, gives it to McShane.
Moves up. Come on. Wait.
Dawn is hunting on the fringes. This is Luke Gale. Ooh, so close. Good defence on that occasion from Leeds, right on their own line. And again.
Wonderful. They went for the power play to the Tigers. Perhaps they would have been better served with kicking the ball in the in-goal area. That's a turnover.
They turn the ball over, though, right underneath the Leeds posts.
Eddie, that's exactly where they want to be. And if I could get hold of Darryl Powell's tip sheet coming into this game, I think that the way that the Cats are trying to play is target Leeds forwards. They think there's a weakness. Some of the players are standing back. They're not getting off the line. It's left now for the winger to get the ball forward in Ryan Hall, and he tips it onto that man who makes the mistake.
Oh, it was a shocking offload by Ryan Hall. It should never, ever have come. You could see he'd overrun it. He should have kept hold of it. He was in a forward position, should have just held on to it, the winger.
And you can see the frustration from Danny Maguire, can't you? Head in his hands.
Well, the biggest problem with Danny Maguire at times, if he does start to lose a plot, which he did, giving away the penalty, he then starts chanting, talking to the official, and then loses the plot in regard to getting on with the game plan. Both Sinfield and Maguire have been outstanding with ball in hand. Get back to the game plan.
Moores goes down 20 metres away from the Leeds line. McShane, here is Ryan Boyle. Boyle tries to keep the legs going. Garbett saw to it that he was going no further forward. Gale then to Oliver Holmes again. 3 tackles gone. 5 metres away. And that's Gale to Dawn, who'll score.
Time off.
He's not giving this one now.
Obstruction, perhaps.
Got to try.
Try on the field.
Taking for possible obstruction.
Possible obstruction again.
Well, there's a big collision right on the try line. Again, the referee's in a good position and confident to give the try. Certainly two players from the opposite teams ended up going over. So what happens here? The ball is passed behind Shenton. That's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. He's come on a run and the ball's been passed behind him. This should be a try.
Well, the South Stand have seen the replay on the big screen here, and they think this is going to be chalked off.
Well, it runs across to Shenton.
One runs in and one runs out.
On a run like this, if you're using this play, you've got to pass it on the outside of the man. Danny Maguire's committed himself. I don't think there's any obstruction on that one, and I think that try should be awarded.
And it is. And you can hear what the South Standers say. And, well, that's an interesting reaction from Luke Dawn.
Well, he obviously felt that the way that Michael Shenton came in on the angle...
You can see the reaction on Darryl Powell's face as well.
Well, he's often said it all the way through this season. You know, you win some, you lose some. And let's not forget, if this was last season, it would have been chalked off.
But it's this season and it isn't.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just making a point. You're getting on to me again.
Well, I don't think that would have been chalked off last season, because that's still under the auspices they were playing last year. That would have still been a try, because the ball was passed around the back.
Come on, Stuart. All you had to do was touch anybody, and they were just absolutely frightened to give anything else but an obstruction.
Here's a pressure kick, Mike.
It is a pressure kick.
Put the side ahead here at half time.
This will put Castleford ahead by the interval. He's just pulled it the wrong side of the post. 16 all.
Eddie and Jamie Peacock was on boots and all, wasn't he, last night? And he said last week in the South France they made far too many mistakes. We were defending our try line, we gifted position, we gifted field position, and here's the reaction from Luke Dawn. Well, it's 4 points, lad. That's all you need.
Can you...
One, move! Go, fellas. Go.
This is a big couple of minutes now for Castleford. They need to complete this set of 6, get to the kick and make sure they defend that next set.
Well, anybody watching this game will realise that every time a penalty or an error has come about, they've scored a try. And that pass from Ryan Hall should never have been given to Cuthbertson.
Good run from Matt Cook.
They got the tails they've impressed me of the Tigers tonight.
Lynch can't get away from Ablett. Last one here for Castleford, so Leeds will get another set of 6, providing they defuse this bomb from Gale. And they haven't, because that's Solomona, and Solomona's struggling to get to the line and might have done.
Turnover, guys. Okay,
it's the turnover. What a great take.
Was it ever? We've seen so many tonight. Remember, Solomona took it and then got it on the wrong whitewash instead of the goal line. It was a touch line. Boy, the Tigers are up for this. What a great take from Solomona. Tried to offload it as well. Well, Leeds will be quite happy. Just, oh, that's going to be a penalty. Oh, no!
He says it was a loose carry, so lost on impact is what he says. He's just called that on the field.
Well, that's stealing the ball with more than one man in attendance.
Here is McShane. McShane then to Cook.
Here's the drop earlier, Mike, for you, just before half-time.
Well, it's always on.
And there it is from
Charge down.
Gale is charged down. And it's a knock-on now against Luke Gale.
Charge down and knock on by Cass.
There's the charge down, there's the knock-on, and there's the half-time siren. Well, plenty to talk about. John Wells and Brian Carney have got lots to think about and talk about during the half-time analysis, which is on his way now. It's 3 tries apiece. Gale, Solomona and Dawn for the Castleford Tigers. The first 2 of those established a 12-0 lead. Then Hall and Moon and Hall again for the Rhinos in the half hour. 16 all at half-time. Lots to talk about, as I say.